Hello you guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's Tanya. I'm excited today because I'm doing a special recording for SB19 upcoming 7th anniversary. Very recently there was a award show, this Filipino music award show, and our boys won 6 awards. Plus Justin won an award for his folk song, and in total I think it's 7 awards, which is a great, it's like a great evening for them. They deserve totally, they deserve all the awards. And I could not see anything from the award show apart from a couple of the clips of them posing for the pictures. For now, finally, you guys, the drums, I need to insert the drum sound in here. I'm starting, you can see it in the title, I am starting the Chuck documentary series. We, until the very last, me and my members, we always wanted to do this project together. I'm not going to get into details, but our lives have been very tough lately. For Bucky in the past couple years, for AJ and me probably last year, and specifically last several months. It's been just super busy and we just cannot dedicate time. So we decided that we're gonna watch it on our own in a time when it's convenient for each of us. I decided, since my members probably not gonna be recording even if they watch, I decided to record it, especially because there is such a good occasion coming very soon, their anniversary. So before that, this is like my special recording. I'm going to try to record as many as possible. I don't know how many in total there are of these episodes. 6, 7? How many episodes are there? I have no idea. Anyhow, I'm going to do as many as possible until their anniversary. If I can complete all of the episodes, good on me. Cannot promise that, but good on me. Okay, let's do that together finally. Oh my god, Chuck, it's been such a long wait on our side, which just it's crazy. It's stupid because it's gonna be 2 years this year in November since we got to know SB19, and people started to ask us to react to this documentary, I think in early 2024, maybe around the winter time, after maybe 2nd or 3rd our reaction to the boys. People started to ask us in the comment section to react to this documentary. So this is like such a overdue on our brand, by the way, on our brand. Anyway, we're always late. So in descriptions it says that this documentary details how the phenomenal Filipino boy group SB19 came to be and how they survived the absolute disillusion of their training program. Somebody's telling me this is going to be a tough one to watch. Wish me luck, you guys. Wish me luck. I hope I don't cry. Do I need to prepare tissues? I never have tissues in this room, but I have my magical cloth. You guys, it's a fabric because I was doing some stitching long time ago, and this piece of fabric is already full of my tears. Anyway, okay, let's do it together. Do I need captions for this, or did Chuck prepare captions in the video? I have no idea. I'm gonna just press the captions and see how. If he has his own captions on, I'm gonna just turn them off on the way. Okay, let's do it. Let's finally do it. Let's go. Oh,
when you hear the word
okay. Okay, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much as accurate information as possible. So enjoy. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you very much. We will enjoy.
when you hear the words pop music and the best boy band, who comes to mind?
Yeah, something like that, along the lines.
What if I told you that the most overlooked boy group in our generation might be these guys?
Well, they used to be. Not anymore, I believe.
In the last 6 years, these guys turned a small Korean entertainment company into a company that produced the greatest P-pop group ever.
Are you proud of SB19?
And you don't accomplish that without making a few enemies.
K-pop. Lima pala sila. K-pop pangit.
Some of them coming from unexpected places.
Pinoy ba daw? Parang may ginaya.
Who are these two? Reactors or what?
K-pop. Lima pala sila.
Did they really say that? Says who? Like, says who? Excuse me. Have you seen yourself in the mirror? I don't mean to be mean, but excuse me.
Papangit.
Some of them coming from unexpected places.
Pinoy ba daw? Parang may ginaya.
But behind the group are 5 driven men who were about to transform what was once a laughingstock genre in music into the fastest growing genre of the world.
Ever since we had this goal, and not just for us, but for the
Wait a minute. This is episode 1, but it was dropped 9 months ago. Did he? Because it was supposed to be in 2022. Because the episode 2, episode 3, episode 4 is like 2022, 2023, 2020, like it was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago. But this first one, it says it was uploaded 9 months ago. What is this about? He reissued? Chuck, what's going on? Did you re-edit the whole thing? Because this interview is a recent one. It's not from like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm confused. It looks like Chuck re-edited, like refilmed, not refilmed, re-edited, recreated. My God, my English. Recreated the first episode. I mean, that's at least what I assume. Okay. As was, but for the
industry.
Feeling ko hindi pa natin nakukuha yung recognition na dapat para sa atin.
Pablo
Between
with long
disbanding
hair.
before they even debuted,
all hope is lost parang nung time na yun.
becoming industry outcasts and getting bashed by their own countrymen.
Sana magkaroon tayo ng grupo na hindi naman mangkataasan ng tangos ng ilong. Para talagang original.
Oo.
Tangos ng
Come
ilong.
again?
Own countrymen.
Sana magkaroon tayo ng grupo na hindi naman mangkataasan ng tangos ng ilong. Para talagang
Everyone is so I mean, it's just like what, 3 minutes in, 2 minutes in, 1.5 minute in. So much offense already I'm taking of this. It's like horrible. I hate these comments on the visuals, on the and especially from men. Since when men are like bashing other men for looks? Again, says who?
original.
Oo.
The rise of SB19 may not be the greatest Filipino success story ever,
Maganda kasi yung revenge kasi talaga yung success na ipapakita mo sa mga hindi naninipid.
Tama yan.
but it certainly is the most inspiring one.
Chuck. Wow. It's impressive. Well done on your editing, Chuck. Wow. And definitely it was recreated because all these recent clips. Oh, this is going to be good. Remake. Okay. Who's that?
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of.
Triple.
They were formed
Never
back in
heard of.
1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented.
Mhm.
In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history. That member was Jong Song Han. It all started when he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur. Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans thought that Songhan's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called ShowBT Entertainment. Today we know him as Tatang Robin. Fast forward to 2015. The fight of the century just happened. One Direction's Drag Me Down was all over the radio, and Big Bang was the biggest K-pop boy group, while P-pop has top one project. Chances are, you have never heard of them. But somewhere in Makati, Philippines, an audition was held. Tatang Robin was looking for young talents who would be part of the package of their service as an event organizers. Talents who can perform on their own but can also serve as backup dancers and singers to their main performers. One of the main attractions of the SATA audition was if you're good enough, you might just debut as a member of ShowBT's first ever P-pop group to undergo a Korean-style training. Filipinos don't get opportunities like that so often, so hundreds of talents applied, but only 30 made it as trainees. They were initially called the ShowBT,
Wait.
but only
Okay, I see Pablo. Stell. And I don't see other boys. Maybe they were not there yet, or there's Josh. Okay, I see Josh. I do not see neither Justin or Ken. Were they not at that edition?
30 made it as trainees. They were initially called the ShowBT Musical Gala Team, but then later dubbed as Nara, which in Korean means country and also happens to be the national tree of the Philippines. If you're a fan who is deep into the P-pop scene, you would recognize some of the future P-pop stars, but one of the most notable ones is this guy. On the first day of training, one guy stood out because he was just alone standing awkwardly in the corner.
Nung una, ang weird niya kung nagsasalita mag-isa.
He was facing the wall and making hand gestures as if he was rapping in front of it.
Nakatayo siya sa gilid. Biglang gaganon. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa na? Nagre-ritual ba ito sa gilid?
That guy was John Pablo Nasser. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also as a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. In training, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to help provide for his family. He was selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability. Some of my sources even said that he had already written dozens of songs at this time. He's also a badass rapper and was often called a genius, but consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He was known as Sejin at the time, but later would be known as Pablo. 30 trainees are a lot of trainees. It would take a very observant person with an eye for talent to notice Pablo in that corner. So who was that observant person with an eye for talent? Well, he was also a trainee. Stell Ahero. He was only a kid when he...
I already noticed that Stell is very observant. Like, he pays attention to people around. he can, catch if somebody's not feeling well, somebody's tired, not in the mood, like things like that. I think he's very observant. He's very attentive to people. It's a very nice quality of his.
He started competed as a performer.
Oh my
As
God,
a
so
dancer,
young.
he racked up win after win on a national level with his school
Wait, where
crew
he-
and became their
oh,
official
okay.
choreographer, teaching crewmates 2 to 3 years older than him. He later joined a dance crew called Seon and went on to win international titles.
Just as I want to pause to see the pictures.
Joined a dance crew called Seon and went.
I just want to see him everywhere. Oh, there's Josh also there. And there. And here. Okay, Stell and Josh together. Okay.
Went on to win international titles. Stell obviously worked so hard. Amidst his studies and competitions, he also worked part-time as a McDonald's service crew and teaching dance to kids with special needs. There was a point that he worked too hard that he wound up in the hospital. His
Oh my
poor
God.
health caused him to lose his earnings and
What?
wound up in the hospital. His poor health caused
What was his... Shows fluid in the interstellar space? I don't know what that means. I'm not like I'm ignorant about medicine, so I have no idea, but clearly something to do with his lungs.
caused him to lose his earnings and nearly his life. Fortunately,
Wow.
he was able to recover. This made him the obvious choice to become the choreographer of the group. But little did they know that dancing wasn't his only talent. As a kid, he joined the school choir to become the only male soprano.
I know this choir. I know this choir on the background. This boys' choir. What's the name of that choir? Is Libero something? I forgot. It's very beautiful choir. I used to listen to them sing. Okay, male soprano.
And only improved as he gotten older. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just out of this world.
Yep.
Unlike Pablo, Stell was very friendly to everyone.
Yeah,
In
Stell
fact,
is
one of
the
his closest friends
extrovert.
also auditioned and made it as a trainee. This friend is nothing to be trifled with because having the worst upbringing among the others made him the strongest when it comes down to pure guts and determination. Josh Cullen Santos.
Josh Collins Santos. It was Josh's
He left
birthday
home
yesterday,
at
by
the
the way.
age of 16 and it was
Happy
his
birthday,
decision.
Josh.
From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. I'm talking about getting poured candle wax all over their body. At an early age, he experienced what it felt like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just
I
a
really
matter
hope
of
that
months.
Nani is in the
They get
prison.
evicted from medium-sized apartments to increasingly smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat with rice but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would even get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he decided to leave to become independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system to attain his high school degree. He initially had no background in performing. Not until he found Stell performing with his dance group called Seon. Josh became an instant fan, and when they connected, Stell became his mentor, which led to them becoming co-members, and they went on to win numerous K-pop dance covers.
Wait, he called Stell queer, but he's older than Stell. Was that a real tweet?
Josh became an instant fan.
See? Queer Stell. Did he not know that Stell's younger than him at that time? That's cute. Queer Stell. Okay.
And when they connected, Stell became his mentor, which led to them becoming co-members, and they went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They
Wow.
even met BTS during one of their winning runs
Oh,
in Korea.
that I know.
So from champions to trainees, what else is in store for them? From then on, their lives became all about performing in small events and training.
We had one mentor when we were training. Tapos, more on personality development siya. Tapos, presenting ourselves on stage.
We had no idea that the Korean style training they went through
It's far, far from what they've been doing sa Korea.
was nothing but a mere marketing strategy.
But yung skill-wise, parang ganun. We were left on our own.
They were left alone to fend for themselves, sharing knowledge to improve each other with the hope of making the cut. Some sources told me that Pablo had to record some of their vocal sessions to effectively coach his co-trainees. All of that
I don't understand the strategy for the company. Why to get so many trainees if you don't have resources to train them? Like, what's the point? What are you going to do with them? Like, you want to succeed, because if they don't succeed, you're just going to lose money and lose your company. You want them to make money and you want them to be successful. For that, you need to train them. It's just like, make it make sense. I don't understand.
without salary. This went on for roughly a couple of years, and I don't know about you guys, but this for me sounded kind of brutal. It's not
just
easy
brutal.
to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again without any form of guidance. They were also kept in the dark about their debut date. So frustration started brewing until it reached the point when it only took one trigger to call it quits. On one seemingly normal training day, all trainees were already in the studio, except for Josh. On the same morning, the train broke down.
Nasira MRT during that time. Nasira yung MRT.
Sinuspindi ang operasyon ng MRT dahil sa power outage.
It wasn't really an accident, but this would still worry anyone, especially the trainees, because it's highly unusual for Josh to miss training. Later that morning, Josh arrived. His co-trainees felt relief because Josh turned out to be safe. You would think that their company would react the same way, right? Wrong. They decided to terminate his training.
Na-late ako, tapos tinanggal ako.
That was the trigger.
Doon tinanggal po ako, nag-quit din yung mga grupo ko. Nag-quit din sila kasi parang naging trigger na point na kung tatanggalin mo si Josh,
Umalis kami sa grupo.
ganun mo lang kadali itapon yung lahat ng efforts and passion tsaka dreams namin.
ShowBT had two choices: to keep all trainees or to keep no trainees. The company chose the latter. Everyone left except for Stell.
Parang si Stell lang yung naiwan po nun talaga sa training room. Tapos talagang down na down lahat.
Si Stell natira kasi doon during that time.
Stell set aside all his frustration and remained focused on his goal, while Pablo was devastated.
All hope is lost parang nung time na yun.
In Josh's case, we can only imagine the pain he must have felt to have been booted out of his dreams. Days passed, everyone still feeling down about that incident. Then Pablo's phone receives a message.
Brother, tumalik ka na, brother.
It was Josh. Out of all the trainees, the guy that got sent packing was the same guy who actively convinced everyone to continue chasing their dreams. Perhaps this was the sheer guts and determination from his life experiences in full display.
I just watched his vlogs, and I already said back then that he is very inspiring. He is a good speaker and he's very inspiring. He I am not surprised that he was the one who just got everyone back into training. He just has that because he just has this aura that he knows that it's going to work out, and he makes you believe that you need to continue doing it. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Pablo hurried back to the studio to find Stell alone. But not for long. Josh came back next and took the initiative to convince the company to have them back.
Pumunta lang po ako doon at syempre kung kinakailangan na makiusap.
So back to training, they went.
Hindi na naman magkahiwalay ng grupo, pero bumalik sila kasi hindi nila
Yeah, who can leave you alone?
There was
Stell?
only 3 of them for a while. Then a few
Really?
other trainees started coming back.
Okay.
So ShowBT put together a talent workshop to get more talents to keep the business going. This was batch 1. This was batch 2.
Target locked.
Justin De Dios.
There he is.
He got scouted right away because he was a very good-looking guy and already was a decent singer and dancer. When he joined, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar. As do you.
Apparently, Josh told Justin about the workshop because the two already had a stint performing together in a dance cover group called Zero to Hero. So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions. Perhaps it was fate. That group is nowhere to be found today. Justin obviously deserved better. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a filmmaking skill that would prove very crucial to their success in the future. With Justin on board, this completed their prototype boy group. It's composed of Justin, Pablo, Stell, Josh, Zeno, Kurt, and JP. They did multiple test runs leading up to their entry to Pinoy K-Pop Star 2017. They performed B-Day by Icon in an epic fashion, but they didn't win. At this point, ShowBT seemed to have hit a roadblock. The group felt like something was missing. I don't exactly know what happened to Zeno, Kurt, and JP. They either quit or ShowBT felt the need to let go of them and get someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level. The extraordinary level. This year's in the making project of ShowBT needed to reach its peak. So they started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy.
I know the guy.
The guy he was talking about was a pain in his butt because their groups have clashed multiple times in their early dance competitions and their battles were always neck and neck. That guy's name was Philip John Suson. He was such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him how to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later then fixed it as he learned more. He was also a gifted singer as a kid. Every time there was a family gathering, he was always forced to sing karaoke by his relatives. But when he hit puberty, he lost confidence in his voice because he could no longer hit high notes. But his confidence came back after being mentored by Pablo, who taught him how to harness his unique low voice that seemingly sounds like it came from the underworld.
No rush, they can do this all day. No rush. Mentality like all that.
When it comes to dance, he didn't know he could do it until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intramurals. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his raw talent,
Wow.
he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to join the dance group called Amigo 7, a would-be rival of Josh and Stell's crew, Say On. It quickly became a reverse if you can't beat them, then join them kind of deal. So Josh recruited Ken. But there was a problem. He was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin didn't make it in his first audition, so he almost didn't try again until Josh told him to do so. And Ken wouldn't even have the opportunity
Josh.
to join if the ShowBT trainees didn't come back after that quitting incident. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event. Or as Google would put it, the phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have large effects elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines country code digits, 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. If you subtract both numbers, you also get the same result. SB doesn't only mean ShowBT. It is also about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this phrase, Soundbreak.
Okay. Okay, Chuck apparently had a co-editor. Well, shout out to both of you. Great job. I'm impressed with the way you put these things together. It's great. Well, some of the facts I already knew. Not all of them, of course. Some of the facts I already knew. It's a great start. I love it. I love it. Finally, my God, finally, we got to do this together. So I'm planning to continue watching all the episodes, and after I finish this documentary, of course, I want to also watch the solo episodes about each member. That is going to come next. And then after that, I might do some, I don't know if Chuck has anything else interesting on his channel. I'm going to have to check, or maybe you can recommend me something after I finish both of these series. Thank you, Chuck, very much. Thank you. It's just very well put together documentary. Great job. It reminds me of that documentary about BTS, which was also created by a fan. There was a series of Bantan, what's the title? I forgot, but there's like up to 90 episodes, even 20 episodes, something. There's a series about BTS, which was also very well put together. And it was done by literally like a filmmaker. That fan, the girl, she is literally editor for like movies. So her level is just like, I'm excited to see other episodes. I suspect there's gonna be this freaking press con there somewhere, right? I need to get prepared for that. Okay, I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. And the thing, like how this all was put together, also reminded me of that documentary. And the last member for this group, I mean Ken, like my favorite, is same as like a last member for BTS was Jimin. It's like the one who just elevated the whole group. for totally completely different talents. I mean, Jimin was also kind of a dancer, not kind of like a great dancer, but not a bassist. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm excited. Okay, you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.